where do you go? The answer right now is Tarion. We found that Tarion doesn't work very well, and to speak more about that is Dr. Karen Somerville. She's the president of Canadians for Properly Built Homes, and she's joined today by approximately 30 homeowners from across Ontario who support the proposed bill to have the Ombudsman of Ontario's jurisdiction extended to include Tarion, which is what has been asked for decades now. Karen.
Great. Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here this morning. I'll start off by saying a few words about our organization, Canadians for Properly Built Homes, and then I'll talk more specifically about the proposed bill before us this morning. Canadians for Properly Built Homes is a national, not-for-profit consumer advocacy organization. It was founded in June of 2004, so it's 6 years old now. We're completely operated by volunteers, and we're focused on consumer awareness and consumer protection. It's also important to highlight that we've been deemed to be a partner with Industry Canada's Consumer Information Gateway, so that's some nice recognition federally. Our vision is simple. It's healthy, safe, durable, energy-efficient housing for Canadians. Most Canadians assume that when homes are being built today, that those standards are already in place. Unfortunately, what we see far too often is that even the minimum standards of the Ontario Building Code is not met. And as Cheri indicated, then the first place for newly built home purchasers is to go to the Tarion Warranty Corporation. And I'll speak more about those challenges in a moment. Just another quick point about our volunteer base. We are supported by an advisory board of experts in a number of areas, including architecture, engineering, home building, home inspection, real estate, home renovation, environmental medicine, industrial hygiene, fire safety, insurance, law, academe, political science, and business. So we have a very, very good advisory council to be advising us and encouraging us to move in certain areas as we pursue our mission and vision. Specifically about the proposed bill today, I'd like to start off by thanking Cheri DiNovo and the NDP of Ontario for initiating this bill. It's badly needed, and we very much appreciate their support. Unfortunately, our organization continues to receive many complaints from Ontario consumers from across the province about the Tarion Warranty Corporation. This is no new story. These complaints have been going on for decades now, and it's really time that we do something meaningful about this. The purchase of a home is the largest purchase most consumers make, and consumers deserve a fully independent ombudsman to review their complaints about Tarion. Tarion has relatively recently initiated an internal ombudsperson. We saw that as a step in the right direction at the time, and we waited to see how that would work. Unfortunately, we continue to get complaints from Ontarians now about Tarion's ombudsperson, so it's kind of ironic. Because of this, after having watched now for a couple of years, we really feel that this bill is necessary to give the Office of the Ombudsman of Ontario jurisdiction over Tarion. The Office of the Ombudsman of Ontario recently advised our organization, Canadians for Properly Built Homes, that Ontario Ombudsman oversight of the Home Warranty Plan has been supported by that office since 1986. Think about that. 24 years, that office has been calling for jurisdiction of this organization. And we're also advised by the Ontario Ombudsman's Office that that position remains today by their office. So that's an important point to make. This bill today, this proposed bill, will extend the Ontario Ombudsman's Office jurisdiction to Tarion. As I mentioned, the purchase of a home is the largest purchase most consumers make, and we urgently need this change. We're joined today, as Cheri mentioned, by about 30 homeowners from across the province. Many of these people got up very early this morning to be here, to witness this, to be part of this. And we want to acknowledge their presence and thank them all for coming from wherever they came. So to reiterate, the Ombudsman of Ontario's office is fully independent. That is critical in this case, that we have this separation, this independence. It's already established. It functions effectively. This is another piece that they could add to their portfolio to better protect Ontarians. And as I mentioned, the Ombudsman's Office has been seeking this jurisdiction since 1986. We're asking all members of the legislature to support this bill. Ontarians expect and deserve adequate consumer protection for newly built homes. This bill is an important step toward that. I'll just close by saying that we do have homeowners here today who would be pleased to meet with members of the media if they would like, and of course I would be happy to do that as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karen. It was my pleasure actually to be on CBC radio this morning with the Martel family who are here discussing their trials and tribulations with Tarion. And certainly we would invite others, the Martels are here among others, who have stories to tell about what it looks like when you discover something wrong, sometimes very wrong, with your home, and try to follow the steps as laid out by consumer services that don't seem to work very well. That's why this bill is in place. Thank you very much for your attention. We are going to proceed up to the House now. I have a question that I'm going to be asking the Consumer Services Minister on this very issue. It's question 6 today, so I hope the press stays around for that, and we'll see how she answers. The hope is that she will answer positively and that she will at least be willing to meet with the 30 who have come, many from far, far away, to be able to state their case to her. So far, unsuccessfully. Hopefully today we're going to change that. Thanks very much. Thank you, everyone.